Where's your brother at?
I do not know where he's at.
Who is Valkyrie Jones?
He's our.
Okie
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the IronWolfpack podcast number 4. Today we're joined by myself, Jeff, and two guests,
My name is.
Shay and Jess. And Ace Guy will be joining us once he's done grocery shopping.
I don't count them chickens before they hatch.
That's true. We shouldn't count any of those chickens.
Okay, well, since we have two new people, did you guys listen to all the past episodes to get caught up?
I listened to the second one during a break that I had for class. I do want to.
So then you guys are. What'd you say?
For the stream, I'm looking at it. It's like wiggling around. All right, there you go.
Yeah. No. Oh shit.
Don't mind the man behind the curtain. Anyway, if you listen to all the past episodes, then you'll know that whenever we have a guest, you'll be subjected to Yef's grilling. Are you ready?
I love grilling.
All right.
I'm ready.
Who are you people?
We are high school friends of Reed.
Yeah.
So that was like yesterday in read time, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, 2 years ago. It's all right.
How'd you guys meet?
Oh, geez. We met through a mutual friend who we are no longer friends with.
That's a douchebag.
Yeah,
Why?
She's kind of the worst.
She is the worst.
She's very manipulative and, as you would say in the youth culture, toxic. And
Did she punt? Did she punt your cat or family?
No. She tried to put everybody against each other, basically, and she's not the greatest. So we're like, we'll go on with that.
She was a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less eloquently, yeah.
Who's this other guy?
Hi, I'm Shay. I'm also a high school friend of Reed.
What's your deal?
I'm just here.
We're just here.
Are you two treating my little Reed right?
Yeah.
I would like
He's
to
a good
think
boy.
so.
Did you guys hear that episode where Reed said his biggest regret was not playing more Dungeons and Dragons while he was in high school?
He told us about that. What a nerd.
That's what I said. I like these people. All right, I approve.
It's pretty hard to not agree that Reed's a nerd.
Welcome to the team. It's like we've known each other for years.
The fact is I am a nerd, and there's nothing I can do about it at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm too late to go back.
I don't know.
I mean, I could try that rollerblading with assless chaps thing and see how that works, but...
I think that was a really good idea. You should do that.
I might do that, I did actually have a friend in high school. I don't remember what the offer was, but they said that, I swear it was that they would go, streak across the field if I did it as well.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
I can't remember what the conditions were, but the friend she told me that would happen, but that she'd only do it if I did it too. And I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. Sorry.
You're gonna scare an old grandma that's just in her house. She's gonna look out the window and see some naked teenagers streaking across the field.
And then they go to jail. Isn't that fucked up, huh? Thanks a lot, Obama. You accidentally see a naked teen and you go to jail? How's that right?
It's not right, Jeff. But there's a lot of things that aren't right with this country, so, it happens.
Hey, you two, do you guys know the whole deal of this thing? You're supposed to come with a topic of conversation.
Hello? Guys?
That's a lot of silence.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What,
Did your microphone die, Mrs.?
Jess? Oh, shit.
We'll just take that as a yes.
She died.
We'll take that as her.
She's speaking right in front of me, but I can't hear her for some reason.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a problem.
Well, how unfortunate.
That is a bit of a problem.
This is going great.
Yeah. So,
You can
Shay,
hear me,
do
right?
you have a
Yeah.
topic since Jess is fucked? Shay? I guess it's just me and you, Jeff.
Well, how you doing, buddy? What'd you do today?
I'm doing all right. I worked a little late today, actually.
How was it?
You know, it was boring. However, I did get a second monitor for my computer. So
Oh, that's cool.
Can you guys hear
one
me?
of the guys, yeah, I can hear you, Shay.
Excellent. I don't know what happened.
That's weird.
She's attempting to rejoin very vigorously.
But yeah, Jeff, I got a second monitor for my computer, and now I
Yeah.
have twice the power that I did. It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
Yeah.
And I'm proud.
I'm moving up in the
Um,
world, you know.
What'd you have for lunch?
I went to Costa Vida with my sister, and I had some shrimp.
That's something. You do any push-ups today? Make Papa proud?
No, but I am gonna go work out after this. Right after we're done, I'm gonna work out.
Really?
I'll send you pictures. I'll do it.
I'll trust you.
I'm not gonna send you pictures of me, but like I'll send you pictures of like, just me lifting things.
All right.
She
All
says
right.
she says I won't let her back in for some reason.
I'll figure that out.
She's
Don't worry
probably
about it. Continue
tapping on the wrong thing.
Continue our conversation while I figure this out.
I talked to Shay. Yo, Shay, what'd you do today?
I went to school. It's pretty
What
lit.
school you go to?
MSU Denver.
Oh, dude, that's my alma mater. I spent many a fine day.
Yeah.
Walking the
lit.
mean streets of Denver. It's pretty lit.
Yeah.
What's the most lit thing that you did today?
Talk about how Aristotle was racist, I guess. That was pretty fun.
Dude, that's a bummer. Who was he
Yeah.
racist against?
Everyone that's not Greek.
Oh,
It'd be like that.
well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Did you do any push-ups and make Daddy proud?
If only. Daddy will never be proud.
See, Jeff, this is not okay because I continually called you Dad for like a while, not Daddy, just Dad, for a long time, and you were continually disturbed by it. And yet, the first time I have one of my friends on, you call yourself Daddy to them. That's
It's okay, I like it.
This is
I
not
like
okay.
them better than you. We have a connection that me and you have never had, or at least we haven't had in a long time. You're always reading books. You don't pay attention to me at all.
I don't give you the love and attention that you deserve. Oh,
No,
fuck.
if I'm gonna be a kept lady, I need attention and money, and I got neither.
Oh, fuck, I need to send you that money, don't I?
You still haven't sent me those $20.
I'm so poor, though, Jeff.
You got
Read. How
$20.
dare.
You know what? Wednesday, I get
I
paid.
know.
I will send you the $20.
All right,
It'll happen.
you
I
better
haven't even
have
my
it, 'cause
Borderlands.
Yet, for some reason, I can't get
ooh,
Jess in here.
Shay, you got a PlayStation 4?
No. If
What
only.
the fuck do you have?
I haven't a PC.
PC? Gross. Oh,
Yeah.
are you that friend that's always taking Reed away from us to play that PC nonsense?
Most likely.
Oh, you sick bitch.
It looks
Why
like
is
Jess has
it?
just gotten through the Windows update. Incredible.
Reed, why does it say the stream will start soon?
I'm blocking my screen because I had to send a private message to Jess. So,
Okay. I
they
like
can
that picture.
They can still hear us.
Hey,
It's a nice
Shay,
picture.
did you know?
Yeah.
Do you know I took that picture?
Hey,
Oh.
Jess, can you go ahead and try to talk?
Hello.
Hey,
Oh.
she's back. See, I
She's
fixed it.
alive.
I had to restart my entire computer, so that's fine.
Nice.
Jump through flaming hoops to attempt to speak.
We're back. Everything's in working order.
Yeah.
Go ahead and ask your question, Jeff.
Oh yeah. Hey, yes.
Yes.
My name Yes.
My name is Yes.
Hey, yes.
Yes. Yes, yeah.
Do you know how the podcast works, where people bring a topic of conversation and then we talk about that thing?
Yes. I looked
Did
up
you
a couple.
Did you bring one?
About two.
Okay, yes. Hit me.
My first one that I found that I thought would be cool was, what was your introduction to video games? Just as like a starter.
Ooh, it was Atari on my parents' beater ass TV, and it worked sometimes maybe, and it sucked. I did not come. I didn't come from the age where it's like, oh, Atari was so badass. Atari fucking sucked, and like Super Nintendo was out. That's what we wanted. But what my parents had in the attic, full of dust, was fucking Atari, and gross. Anyway, we got a Super Nintendo after that. It was all right, and I got a Nintendo 64, and I was so happy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and a Game Boy. You know the brick Game Boy? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
had one. I had one of
Yeah.
those, Jeff.
I
Yeah,
love
me too. Because I'm age appropriate for that shit. You had it retro style, not me.
No, I had it. I had one when I was like 4. I played Bugs Life on that. There was like a Bugs Life cartridge.
Nice.
I loved that thing.
pretty
It was
lit.
amazing.
So I had multiple games on Game Boy that all confused me, and I couldn't beat like the first level, and it was Jurassic Park. No idea what the fuck I was supposed to do. Darkwing Duck. No idea what I was supposed to do. And then like Super Mario World 2 or something. It was okay. I knew what I was supposed to do. Jump on the thing. And I jumped on the thing.
I love jumping on the.
There you go.
But that Jurassic Park, I still want to figure out what the fuck I was supposed to do. It like sets you off like in this place with like trees, and it's like a top-down view, and you're like Grant from the first movie, and you have like this gun, but you only have like 5 bullets. And if you wander around enough, like a velociraptor eats you. What the fuck kind of game is that?
Like
It's real life.
it's so
Very
incredible how to see like that all the old games they just slap you in the game and they just figure it out. There was no tutorial. There wasn't like here's how the buttons work. It's just boom, go. Figure it
Now,
out.
there may have been a tutorial, but I didn't read video games now, and I don't read them then. So
What about all
I
the
got.
lore, Jeff? What about all the lore?
I know the lore. I saw the movie. There was a big pile of poo, and Jeff Goldblum had his shirt off. It was hot.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll tell you my introduction to video games because essentially there's 2 parts to it. One was playing the Game Boy, which I'm pretty sure I got for like Christmas or something, and I played so much Pokemon it was unhealthy.
Which one?
I played Fire Red first, and then I played the shit out of Sapphire.
Nice.
I never played the originals, but yeah, and then I'm trying to think. I want to say that one of our like relatives brought over an Xbox that like one of their coworkers gave to them that they weren't going to use and figured since my parents had kids that we could play it. But the only game that it had was Halo 2. And
What else would you need?
so like we had a bunch of people, my uncles and my dad and me like all playing Halo 2 together, and yet somehow I still was better at it than them, even though it was all our first time playing.
Just a pro
And that
gamer.
felt pretty good. So I just kept going with it and learned how to play video games. It was good. It's fun.
That's
That
one
is
way to do
cute.
it.
What about you, Jess? What about you, Shay?
Well, my first video game I ever played was the original Super Mario Bros. On the NES, but I really sucked at it. I could barely even get past the first level. After that, I just played a lot of like educational PC games, like a loser, like Pajama Sam and Putt Putt and Freddy Fish. Those are pretty fun.
Put.
I love
Freddy
Putt Putt.
Fish.
Yeah, you don't know what Freddy Fish is?
No, what's
It's like a
Freddy
weird
Fish? Is that
goldfish
is
thing.
that that bass that was on the wall that would sing? 'Cause
No,
I don't
I
think
think
that's a
that's
video
Billy
game.
Bass.
Oh, I played the hell out of Billy Bass, dude. I learned all those songs.
Yeah, and then lots of Flash games because Flash games are pretty lit.
Oh yeah, I did
Is
play
that
a
the
lot
one
of Flash
where you
games.
lift your shirt up and show traffic your boobies?
Oh, of course.
I played that game too. I played that game a lot. I got a lot of people arrested. They looked and I was like, "Oh, you're in trouble."
No. You have to lift up your shirt. You just pull down your pants and moon
No.
them.
Discord hates
I
me.
do have a funny mooning story though.
Oh, we need to.
That could be my
we're gonna-
question. That could be my question.
We're gonna rotate
Okay,
back to that.
we'll get to,
Oh,
we'll get to
no.
it. We'll
It's
get to it at my
turn.
question.
Jess?
Well, for me, I basically played whatever my parents had. So that was like the original Xbox because my dad bought that for himself, and the GameCube. And so I played Sonic Heroes was one that I really remember as a kid, and Twilight Princess and Wind Waker from Zelda. Those were ones I played a lot. And I still play to this day because I like Twilight Princess a lot.
You really do.
I tried to
I really
play
do.
that new Zelda, and I can't stand it.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
What don't you like
that
about it?
game pretty sucks. Well, okay, when you're out in an open world game, like it's okay. You see all these like little monster trolley things. It's like, okay, I'm gonna punk on them, and then you get nothing for it. It's like, oh hey, you found a chest, and inside this chest is a twig. Oh, don't hit too much stuff with that twig. Not your twig broke because you hit too much stuff with that twig. Like you're supposed to get like XP or something. Isn't that the whole point of like exploring shit? And another thing, breakable weapons. Fuck the shit out of that.
That is
It's a
definitely
Master
a
Sword.
new Zelda thing.
I would agree with
Master,
you, Jeff.
hey Shay, Master D's nuts.
Oh, that'll take a while.
And
I-
see Reed, that's why he's my favorite.
I
Oh, no.
absolutely hate the durability on the weapons too, Jeff. I can't stand it. I think that's one of the main reasons that like I've struggled to keep playing it is because every time I play, like I'm just afraid of everything that I use being broken, and then I have to like go farm for more shit.
Yeah.
See,
There's no incentive to fuck around with things other than just like for the sake of doing it. And like, no offense, Nintendo, but there's other shit to play that's a little bit more rewarding than just like, oh man, did you know you could make a parasail and you could like fly higher if you're over a fire? It's like, yeah, fuck you and fuck your fire.
It is a nice game to just play and like relax, but then when I'm relaxing and like exploring and riding the horse and everything, and all of a sudden I run into like a giant ogre thing that kicks my ass in like 2 hits, I go, what the fuck? I thought I was just chilling and relaxing, and now I'm getting my shit kicked in by this big old ogre boy.
I was gonna say like I don't really play games to relax. Like I want to be engaged, but that
Yep.
reminded me of when you would play video games late at night with us, and you'd start falling asleep and breathing really heavy, and we're like, "Yo, Reed, buddy, you're giving us the Darth Vader right now." Pull the mic
he's really
away.
good at falling asleep.
He falls asleep so good.
I fall asleep all the time, man. I mean, I told the story about I fell asleep in the car, like driving the van, so it's not good.
Nobody sleeps like Reed.
Nope.
Champion.
I sleep all the time, baby.
We're not sure if he's dead.
Yeah, you got to check the pulse. We weren't sure if he was dead or alive either. All of a sudden, you start hearing like. It's like, yo, buddy. Hey.
Yeah,
Focus
he
up.
does snore pretty loud.
Do a jumping jack. He's like, oh. So it was either he's falling asleep or his dad's like, get off the goddamn PlayStation. Or his brother is watching Netflix. And he's like, oh, I don't have the bandwidth.
Calling him out.
No, see.
Reed, is that not shit that all happened?
Oh
right?
no, it happened all the time. I'd either get yelled at by my dad, I'd have my mom like flick the light switch on and off like 1,000 times to get my attention, and then I'd have to like tear off my headset, try to mute myself. But back then I didn't have like a mute button like I do now, so I'm like trying to be
Oh.
quiet, and they can hear me getting reamed by my mother. Or like I'm complaining because all of a sudden I'm getting like 3,000 ping and latency because both my sister and brother are like streaming Netflix or something, and I'm just sitting over here trying to shoot a guy right in front of me that is already killed me. These are all things that have happened. The heavy breathing is definitely something that would happen because there were so many nights where I had to like try to adjust my microphone settings where I wasn't too loud and I was also just quiet enough that they couldn't hear me going purring like a cat.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, cats! When cats purr, they're adorable. You,
Yeah. Yeah,
Less cute.
that's true.
Maybe one of my cats will grace us with their presence this stream.
Oh, you got
Sure
cats,
hope
yes?
so.
I
How many
got
cats you got,
cats,
yes?
Jeff. I got 3 cats, Jeff.
Them your pants? Them your pants cats, yeah? Yes?
2 of them are my parents' cats, yes.
Oh,
One is
They're
for
all
me.
your parents' cats.
one I can. Oh, okay.
They are not.
Is Bean not yours?
She is mine. I paid for her adoption fee and everything.
You ever
Like a
call
big
her Bean Machine?
We call her Bang.
Bang.
Bitty bitty bang. Beanie baby. Her full name is Benevolence, but we call her Bean.
Just why not?
All
Oh,
the cats have weird names. So
isn't that just like that show on the Netflix with the cartoon?
it's a cartoon.
I don't know what you're talking
Disenchanted?
about. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you got that from?
No.
Oh,
We
okay.
have my oldest cat. Her name is Eminent Gray, but we call her Emmy. So it was kind of like, what outrageous name can we shorten into a dumb nickname?
There you go.
Then there's
She came
Griffin.
up with Bean first, and then reverted it into Benevolence.
But yeah, you gotta elongate, all right? I gotta have something to start with, and then you go from there.
That's fair.
All right. So, any other questions?
Butt stuff with mom. Butt stuff with mom is
Is butt
back.
stuff with mom back?
Yes. So we have this. I guess we will have to call him a fan.
He's a fan.
His name, Butt Stuff with Mom. Now we want to have him on as a
Oh.
guest, but he has ignored our offers. So I'm gonna try to tempt this beautiful beast of a whale.
I do.
Hey, Butt Stuff with Mom. You want to come on the podcast sometime? You want to talk to Jim?
Is butt stuff with mom the one that wanted your like Yef merch?
Yeah, he wanted some Yef merch, or she. We don't know. Yeah, no, Butt Stuff. You go listen to episode 3. You go listen to episode 3. It happened, Butt Stuff.
It happened.
Where are you, Korea? Hell no, bro. I'm in sunshiny Colorado. Where you at?
Where you at, baby?
Hey, Butt Stuff, where you at, huh?
Where you at, butt stuff?
You in Korea? In the meantime, Shay, what you got for us?
Well, you see, as always, I came pretty unprepared.
Don't worry. If you need a savior, I do have a question from an audience member. My mother, actually.
I think I need a hero.
Need a hero? All right.
Your mom has a question?
Yeah. She asked, "What's
Oh,
the
shit.
worst advice you have ever given?"
Given?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Jess, what's yours?
Can you guys hear me?
Jess is.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. It was being all weird.
Now we can't hear you.
Jason?
Yeah, Discord hates her.
That's weird.
Why?
I don't know.
Tennessee? Oh, bro, Tennessee, dude. I'm Tennessee bound. I listen to Bourbon Crow. I'm cool. I listen to Old Crow Medicine Show. I know what's up. Will you fly me out? No, you will get on Discord. I don't know why I'm typing this and saying it.
I was gonna say he can
Okay.
hear you, Jeff.
Yeah, my bad. All right, Shay, what's the worst advice you ever given?
I normally don't give advice because nobody really trusts me. But
That's a lie.
I'd say the worst is probably I told someone to stick with that one friend we were talking about earlier.
Oh.
The bitch.
Oh,
That was pretty bad advice.
that was pretty rough advice.
Believe
Poor
I'm
lad.
back.
Can't wait to not hear you again in like 5 minutes.
I'm working on it, all right? Discord does hate me. Like, no matter where I am or what I'm on, it doesn't like me.
Yeah.
It's not even my internet either because Shay's on my internet, so whatever.
Maybe he's hogging all that internet.
Hogging it all.
Stop hogging my internet.
I really am.
It's
I have
mine.
like
We're
3
in my
devices.
house. Gosh, worst piece of advice.
I'm trying to think of one now too. Don't catfish us like that.
But stuff with mom said that he doesn't have a good mic, not like us in the podcast and business. I'm on the free ones that came with my phone. But okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, what? I don't think Shay's audio quality sounds very good, but, we're dealing with it. And then there was the time
That's not
where
very nice, sister.
there was
Also,
the
mine
time
are
that Ace guy came in and he was on, like, his phone microphone while he was driving to go get pizza, so,
He was here earlier while he was grocery shopping. All you
Yeah.
could hear was the fucking cart.
A man of culture.
Yeah.
That dude's the worst.
I love that guy.
Eh,
I wish he
he's
would come
pretty
do
good.
podcasts with us.
Me too. Every time he thinks, he gets your hopes up. You think he's gonna be there, that he's just like, nah, just pulls the rug. Or he is there, but like not really, because he's like packing, and it's like, what are you doing? We want your attention, bro.
Hopefully we'll get him on next week, and when he's not busy. Sent by Google to boost ratings. There is a bot in the chat that like has always been here every single
Yeah.
time. It's
Commander Root,
interesting.
dude, they follow me around. I
Yeah.
think I brought that voodoo this way. I think I brought that curse. Commander Root's been watching me since day one, dude.
Since day one,
I was
baby.
playing some Destiny 1, just trying to bop around and trying to learn, and he was like, what are you doing? Nothing.
And then
Just trying to get a galley horn.
It latched onto your account forever now.
Yeah. No, I can't shake it. It just shows you like League of Legends stats if you ever go to it. It's weird.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
So Jeff, want to be upset?
Oh, don't.
My name If.
I got Galahorn first try of all
Oh, dude. I can beat you. I can actually beat you. I got it so early, I didn't know what the fuck yellow weapons were, and I put it in my Volt and just was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
It was like
I
the first drop I ever got. And then Zur sold it later, and I was like, oh, it must be good if this cat face fuckballs has it.
Face fuckballs. That is the best nickname
Yeah.
we've ever come up with for a character.
Well, what's he look like?
He looks like cat face fuckballs.
He looks like a cat face with fuckballs.
For anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, if you look up Zur, Xur, with in Destiny, he is a weird looking dude that sells some black market shit. And,
I can do you one better. If you don't know what we're talking about, get the fuck out of here. We don't need your business.
I'm trying to. I am still trying to think about like the advice thing.
Yeah. Let me check in with my manager. Hey, Kirsten. What's the worst advice I've ever given? Just advice. What's the worst time I ever did? Dude, see, that's the problem. My advice is always so spot on, you know?
It's just perfect.
Shit. I don't know. I don't.
Riddle.
Go ahead.
Fuck. All right, riddle me this. I hate it when that happens. We get stuck. Like, no, you. Oh no, you can go. What'd you?
You go ahead.
One sec. All right, so you just recently experienced a breakup, and you got advice from all of us in the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Rate us from a scale of 1 to 10. How do we do? Let's start off with Ryan, 1 to 10.
I'm gonna say like a 9, like a solid 9.
Damn, Ace guy, 1 to 10.
We're gonna go with 7.
Ooh, Kelsey, 1 to 10.
Going with a 9 as well.
Ooh,
And
now
then
my name is
you and
1 to
Kirsten
10.
get 10s.
Ba-bam! That's what I'm talking about.
Ace was helpful, but in a because he showed up later than everybody else, it wasn't quite as useful.
Right.
Like his advice would have been super useful for me, like right after it happened, but it was already like a week later.
Yeah, I think he was mad because I yelled at him. Because I sent, Shay, and yes, you listen to this. I sent them, I'll listen to these movie reviewers that I like called Red Letter Media when they talk about a movie that I like or have watched recently or a movie I hate just to get their opinion. And I sent it to the chat. And Ace was like, I don't get, hey, gay. This is how he sounds. So I'm Ace now. When I say like this, gay, he's like, hey. So basically, yeah.
It is Cartman.
He's like, hey, gay. How come you don't have your own opinions, man? Why you always listening to them internet, man? And then I was like, hey, bro, I like to listen. I don't let them think for me. I like hearing their opinions. I sometimes adjust my opinions because they reveal things to me I didn't know. Why the fuck you getting on my case? And then we go at it for a little bit. I call him a jackass. He calls me a Nancy. And then we were in a tiff when poor Reed needed us most.
Yeah. Ace guy
What do you think about that?
Ace guy got upset.
It's not great.
It's not great.
So Reed, what would you rate me and Jess?
Oh man.
Your guys'
Ooh-wee.
advice?
And what was their advice?
I'm trying to recall it. I've
That
put a
means
lot. I've put a lot of
That
it.
means bad.
No. I mean, just from like all of the different people that I've talked to, a lot of it I've been like putting into practice, but haven't been thinking about exactly what everybody told me.
right.
But I'm trying to think. I mean, not necessarily advice, but the fact that when we went camping and then I, talked to them about it all, and we all decided mutually to like that it was probably best that we all left. That was extremely helpful.
Yo,
Yeah.
you went camping with them?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, Shay, I said you guys could pitch a tent in my backyard anytime. You want to come pitch a tent with me?
Sure. That's pretty lit.
I look up, and Kirsten's just looking at me like, ew. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh God, that was
Kirsten, I just want to pitch some tents with some boys in the backyard.
pitching tents
She
with the
says,
boys.
okay. Pitching
The
tents.
bros.
Oh God. Oh, that's good. I like that. Oh man.
Can have no alcohol though. We're all babies. I'm the babiest of the babies.
Don't worry. We'll just wait until next summer and then we can all drink.
Dude, I'll get you jacked up
No.
on some matcha
No, we
tea.
cannot.
Dude,
You forget how
I'm gonna
much
get you some
baby.
matcha and some lemon in there. Oh my God. You'll be so focused. Your yoga session will fly by.
Now see,
Reed, I'm only 19.
Shay and Jess, you guys don't know this, but Jeff doesn't drink anymore.
Anymore.
Anymore. That is a good distinction.
All right, yeah, I'll just chill with you.
Yeah.
My name is.
My name is.
Yes.
Hey, yes, my name is.
It's just gonna be a reoccurring.
My name is Minnie. Yes. Anyways, I believe Jess and Shay both gave me good advice. Especially, just helping advise that, it's going to take time. They were also on board with all of you guys telling me to like get rid of her stuff.
Yeah.
And they actually were the ones that came up with the idea of like, we didn't do this, but I did something similar, of like taking all my stuff of hers and giving it to Jess and Shay. And like, if ever I wanted it back, that like,
Yeah.
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 Give him the key to the box.
But
Dude, it's not like this is your ex-wife or something. Like,
No,
I know
no,
you went
no,
through a big experience,
I
but
know.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get rid of it. Actually, I don't know where it's at, so it's as good as gone.
There you
What's the
go.
bonfire?
But yeah.
Oh,
Burn it.
that's what your little brother just said. He said, burn it. Burn it.
But yeah,
You'll look back on this in 3 years and just be like, geez,
yeah.
I was a silly bitch.
I still don't think I have any like times where I've given bad advice. Because I either don't give advice or I give advice that I know is good.
Ooh, confidence.
Well, the times that
I don't think I've ever asked you for advice, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, if I am not confident, I won't give any advice. Is what I'm
Since
saying.
I'm like a decade your senior, I don't know what kind of insight to life you would give me.
I don't really have much insight to life, Jeff, so that's why I go to you guys for insight.
That's not how this
to
street
life.
works. This is a one-way
Yeah,
street.
it's a one-way street. It doesn't go uphill.
And it's me dumping knowledge on you, whether you want it or not. You're gonna get it.
Like, don't be drunk, Jeff. That's number one.
I mean, I got some stories. You're like, I'm gonna write my memoirs or whatever. Like, what stories do you have besides the regret of not playing more Dungeons and Dragons? I've got stories,
God
son.
damn it! Not
It is
writing
pretty
memoirs,
regretful.
writing books. Okay.
Oh, books.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's why Shay's my favorite right there, man. Just like he just slides in here with like the perfect thing, you know. I'd ask Shay for
Fine.
advice, I think.
Good.
God damn.
I'll give you the best advice. My advice is very spiteful.
Yo,
Pretty good.
Shay, am I ready to have a kid?
No.
Yes.
All right, YOLO.
I'm
There you
sure,
go,
You're
dude.
always ready to
I'm
have a
sure
kid.
Kirsten really appreciates that.
Dude, she's a big fan of Shay. She's like, she just keeps giving a big old thumbs up every time he chimes in.
Good.
Hey Shay, I guess you might be able to join and replace me on the Destiny team.
Excellent.
Yeah, just get yourself a PS4 and there you go.
Excuse you. I
You
played
don't.
Destiny like for 100 hours when Destiny 2 came out. I got like
Yeah,
the legendary skin for the legendary
right.
shotgun from the raid, and then there was nothing else to do, so I quit.
It's called the
And then you
cycle.
made me buy it, and then we had nothing to do, and then you still.
Yeah, I did make you pre-order like the $100 double DLC expansion pass because I was like, Destiny 1 was so great. There's no way they could ruin this. And
I thought
that
Destiny
was
2 was fun.
that might
Destiny 2 was
actually be
fun.
the worst. That might be the worst advice I've ever given.
I still stand by the idea that the base game was great. I did not like the first two DLCs, and then the Forsaken one was great.
I enjoyed
We
all
only
of
got
it.
to
I
the
just
second one,
didn't
didn't
enjoy it for an entire year. I enjoyed it for like a month, which is perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
So, if we don't have any answers for the advice thing, I got another question, or two questions. My mom wants to know how old you are, Jeff.
How old I am?
Yeah.
Old enough to party.
That is
Next question.
That is the correct answer. Then this one's actually similar to Kelsey's, but my mom's curious. If we could change our names, what would we change it to?
Oh, dude, I was supposed to be named Brad, but because my aunt
Brad.
stole, dude, I like Brad. My aunt took that name and named her kid fucking Brad, and then he went by BJ for forever until he was like in middle school and
How
figured out what BJ
unfortunate.
was, and then he was like, "Yeah, let's get away from BJ," but like his brother still called him BJ. It's pretty funny.
Oh God, I like Jeff.
But Brad's pretty cool. Nah, dude, Yef is a bitch name.
I like you.
There's like no cool Jeffs. There's only two cool Jeffs, and that's from Community, Jeff Winger, and then there was a Jeff on that show with David Spade and Putty from Seinfeld. What the fuck was that called? Rules of Engagement. It's like the only two cool Jeffs. Name another cool Jeff.
Jeff,
Jeff
you?
from the Overwatch team.
Jeff
Who?
Goldblum.
Jeff Kaplan is a good Jeff.
Jeff Goldblum isn't cool. He's more just like so weird that he is then cool. He's like the
He's just a
same
cryptid.
level of cool as like Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like Jeff.
Dude, butt stuff with mom knows too cool Geoffs.
Geoffs
But-
with a G.
Yeah, you gotta look at your sources though when you talk about that. So does anybody have a good cool Jeff submission? Exactly.
Jeez.
I don't know what I'd want my name to be.
Red.
Red. No.
How about Brad?
Get rid of one of these.
No, I actually
Just-
don't like the name Brad. I feel like I wouldn't be friends with you if your name was Brad, Jeff.
Yeah, right, dude.
That's pretty nameless.
I've got
Brad,
bad
you
I've got
can
bad
Brad.
experience. Oh, actually no. I had a best friend named Bradley, but I never called him Brad. And then
Bradley.
there was a very cool guy named Brad in our school, and I did not like him.
Did he ever pants you?
No, he was just a cocky
No.
asshole.
Did he ever do that thing where like you're peeing at the urinal and he comes in behind you and kicks you in the ass?
That happens all the time.
I mean, anytime we saw anyone getting into like a scuffle, it was like cringy neckbeard boys getting mad at each other.
I do
It was
actually have
really
a funny
pathetic.
urinal story though, Jeff. That's not like me getting kicked in the ass. I had a friend, and in like middle school they had like just two urinals like right next to each other.
Yeah.
And he came up next to me and started pissing, but he started walking backwards to try to see how
Yeah.
far away from the urinal he could get.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
No.
It's so fun. Dude. I was just talking about this literally 2 weeks ago.
My brother used to do
It
that.
was honestly impressive how far he got.
Oh, you could do at least 9 feet.
Yeah,
Plus, with how tall you are, dude,
you can get even further.
you could set a record, I
It
bet
looks
you, at
like
least in the
Ace is
household.
trying to get in. Ace guy, you there?
That's what she said.
Why would you do that when there's somebody else in the bathroom? Like, I get it if you're just being weird.
For bragging rights.
Yeah, it is bragging rights. You have a
If
witness.
nobody
then.
sees it, it didn't happen.
You can, yeah, exactly. You can then go, hey guys, I pissed from 9 feet away at the urinal. Reed was there.
People like,
He
no,
saw.
you didn't.
You like look at his clothes. They're covered in piss. Like I splattered all over him. Come on, there's proof.
Have you ever tried that, Jess?
Yeah, Jess, have you ever tried?
Everyone's tried that, right?
I'm sure Ace has.
Ace guy
What have I
taught me
tried?
how. Okay,
Of
Ace, have you ever
course.
tried this? Have you ever tried this, Ace? You're standing at the urinal taking a whiz, right? And then you start walking backwards to see how far you can get and still make it in there.
That's called a free willy.
Oh, yeah. I knew it had a name.
It's called free willying that bitch. It's seeing how far you can get away and get that arc in.
And then you have a little kid standing and go, yeah!
He runs under the stream without getting hit in the face before he goes, yeah.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Back to the
Ace, are you
free
back
willy.
from the store?
I'm driving back from the store.
Oh, goody.
Yay!
Don't pay too much attention
Sir,
to your
do you know how fast you were going? Oh, sorry, officer. I was just podcasting.
It's all good.
Yeah, just check out the podcast. You'll enjoy it.
Maybe that'll be the next name for a podcast we have. Don't drive while listening to this podcast.
It's a little
That's
too long.
a great
but,
name.
yeah, I think it'll work.
Hey, Ace, we have this fan of ours who's named Butt Stuff with Mom. What do you think that's about?
Well, you see, sometimes you just gotta help mom put on that hemorrhoid lotion.
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh
You
god!
just, sometimes you just need to get in there all nice and deep like. And, sometimes you
I don't
can't
like
stick your
that.
own fingers up your bum. So you gotta have
Why?
somebody
You
else
got-
do it. So
is that what the term T-Rex Nick comes from?
it could be. It could be.
Huh. I thought that's what that was, but I wasn't
Then
sure,
you
and
get
I was
this-
too shy to ask when I was in growing and changing class.
It's also where you get the term stinky pinky.
Oh boy, Ace guy, do you have
Yes, my
anything for
guy?
us to talk about?
Hold on. Butt Stuff with Mom has a question for us. Hold on.
Oh my god,
Oh.
We
Go
need
on.
to
Ace,
answer
turn
this
off that
question.
blinker.
This is top priority.
Oh.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting with anticipation. Butt Stuff.
Butt stuff. Why are you being so? Pull your hands out of your mom's butt before you type. God.
Imagine
forever.
the state of his keyboard.
Oh, it's a
Oh, here we go.
two-part message.
I hope he
How does the
doesn't get a
group
peanut
feel about?
stuck.
Oh no!
Aw.
Oh god!
Highly efficient.
Highly efficient.
Inefficient.
Inefficient.
Reed, go ahead and tell Ace what he said. I can't even say the words.
So Ace, Butt Stuff with Mom asked us, how does the group feel about cum socks?
Cum socks? You mean Susie rags?
Yes.
Is that
Yes,
what we're talking about? Susie rags?
That is what we're talking about.
I mean, you got to go somewhere, and I'm pretty sure that's not only economical, but good for the environment if, you use a Susie rag instead of a Kleenex.
I mean, Butt Stuff
I mean, think about it.
He did point
Dude,
out the
If you're
fact that it's
using all
reusable.
those Kleenexes, think about all the trees you're killing. Dude,
Didn't
if I would have
AOC
used...
mention this stuff in her Green New Deal? I'm pretty sure she brought this up.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
economical.
I mean, if you're using a sock, you're saving the world, okay? Saving the world in multiple ways. I mean, how many layers do you want to go on this? Not only if you're using a sock, guess what? You're not reproducing, which for some of our listeners, that may be a good thing. Also,
But
you're not
stuff, we're
using
looking at
all
you.
those trees.
You're not wasting all the tissues or like toilet paper. Just
Yeah.
reuse, recycle.
Exactly.
All
You
right.
just stick it in the wash, wham bam, you're done.
I think they're perfectly
All right.
So bad
acceptable.
for your mom.
What?
Supposed to wash your laundry.
one last thing. Yes, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, Jess, how do you feel about this?
I'm sure you used it.
I mean, I feel
Thoughts?
bad for their mom who probably does their laundry.
No.
Yeah, she could probably throw that sock around the house like a boomerang.
It just punches holes in the drywall.
Hey, hold on. Butt Stuff pointed out that they're not washable. All right,
Why are they not washable? That makes
But
no
there's-
sense.
it really doesn't make sense.
What are
Are
you
you just
talking
buying
about?
new socks every time?
I
Yeah,
guess
That's
maybe
wasteful.
you just throw
That's a
it
lot
out,
of money you got.
burn it.
I mean, you're not supposed to use those Susie rags until they work like boomerangs. I'm just saying.
So, he said socks are cheap.
I mean, it can happen. It can happen to the best of us. You know, you get a
I
little
can
carried
just
away.
see. I can just see
You're gonna get like rug burn on your dick.
Butt Stuff's house has got like this little graveyard in the backyard where he's buried each sock and put a little like marker, and it looks like the tomb of the unknown soldier out there.
Well, I mean, do you even use lotion that much? Because I feel like that would add to the sock not getting so stiff.
All right, Butt Stuff has lost all question privileges. We're moving on. We're moving on from this.
I'm
we're
on
gonna
flood.
we're gonna continue on.
So did we discuss the whole dating on Facebook?
We did not,
No,
but Ryan's
because
not
Ryan's
here.
not here.
Ryan isn't
Oh,
here.
we're saving that
no.
one for Ryan. Okay.
We
Yeah.
could,
I'll save that one for Ryan.
yeah. We'll at least give the listeners an idea of what we'll talk about in the next one with Ryan. Is Facebook made a like dating portion of their app, but it doesn't seem like it works like a normal dating app. It's like your friends on Facebook, you can like add them as a crush, like a secret crush, and they won't get notified or
Oh.
anything about this.
Oh, yeah.
It's I don't know.
Yes.
We'll find out from.
You're getting a secret crush.
Oh boy, I only have
He's already my
8
secret
friends
crush.
on Facebook, so I should be able to narrow it down.
We're gonna get all 7 of those friends to add you as a secret crush.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Anyways, that it's weird. I don't know if I like it, but we'll talk about that next time with Ryan, since he'll have some experience with it, since he did soldier up and try it out.
What a bro.
Okay, so I got another topic
Sweet.
for
What?
us to discuss. This comes with a certain debacle that has
Yes.
happened as of late, and I want to know people's views. Jeff, what are you, and Jess, what are your views on sending other people promiscuous pictures of yourself?
It's a no for me, Chief.
It's a no for me, Chief.
Ace, god damn it. Stop asking me to send you nudes. I'm not gonna do it. You ask me. There's not a day that goes by that this motherfucker doesn't ask me.
Have you seen this sexy motherfucker? Who wouldn't
It's
want
just-
some
it's like-
nudes?
It's freaking 9 o'clock. He's like, what up, boo you up? I'm like, what? What?
I mean, hey, but you do that FaceTime call every morning and you eat your muffin, your low-fat muffin.
Well, yeah, we have a muffin together in the morning.
Exactly. I mean, come on. What else am I supposed to add to my spank bank other than imagining you and your wife beater?
Okay. Reed,
Moving on.
Reed, what do you think about this topic? Any thoughts?
I think it's fine as long as you don't do it over Facebook Messenger.
How should you do it?
By post.
Do you
post?
get like the whole
Like the mail?
Wait,
What do
are
you
you
mean?
posting your shit on Facebook?
Through
That's okay.
through USPS.
Leave it in your
print-
girl's
you
mailbox.
print it out.
Snail
Hope
mail.
her dad doesn't see it.
You print it out. You tuck it in the mail, and you send
So,
that baby.
whoa. You're telling me if I want to send a dick pic, I got to get a laser jet
Yes.
and stamps?
No, just go to your local library.
No. See, Jeff,
Yeah.
you don't.
Machine.
We skip
Honestly.
like the whole
Oh.
the issues of even ever putting it on your phone. You just get a scanner. You slap your junk down on there. You close the lid.
Whoa,
Right.
whoa!
No,
too tight,
not
though.
the whole way. Yeah, just
Or
enough.
maybe you do. Maybe people do like slamming their junk in printer lids.
And then you scan it, and you
Hold on, let me look it
then
up.
you print it out,
No, don't look it up.
Look it up.
It's totally happening.
and then you fold it up, and you put that shit in the mail. It's
Huh.
never even
You know-
electronic.
I really
You
prefer
know-
the Telegram method.
Carrier pigeon.
Far more secretive. Yeah.
Ooh, Morse code?
Ooh.
Yeah. Just send a Morse code of, oh yeah, this is what I'm wearing. Dot, dot, dash,
Do-
dot, dot,
do it
dot,
through-
dash, dash,
Blake
dot,
says do it
dot.
through DM on LinkedIn.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
Okay, so, Jeff, why are you saying no?
What? Why am I saying no?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not saying no anymore.
Butt stuff with mom is
Now
one
that
of
I
our
know
friends.
about
Hold
I know
on.
about carrier pigeons, I never thought of that. That's
Hold on.
genius. Pigeons tell no tales.
No.
Oh.
We have.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
there's a
exactly.
mystery. There is a mystery to be
Oh
solved
God, who is that?
What?
because I know
I know.
that butt stuff with mom is one of our friends.
I know who it is.
Oh shit!
They
Who
they
is it?
spelt Shea wrong intentionally, and they said I really like the chemistry Shea and Jess have. Feels real.
I think I know who it is.
I don't know who it is.
Who is it?
Am I allowed to say name?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think it might be Isaac.
Is
Isaac,
it,
you
is
bitch.
it Isaac?
You
Is
see,
that-
in Minecraft, which we were playing a couple days ago, on the sign to my castle, he has it listed as Shea's Castle with that font. So that's my deduction. It must be Isaac.
I don't know, but it's got to be one of our
Isaac?
friends, right?
Regular Sherlock Holmes over
Because
here.
we haven't brought up the fact on the podcast that you two are together, right?
Wow, that's gay.
It is pretty gay. But
No,
like,
I don't think we did.
Okay.
yeah, so it has to be one of our friends. Now I'm curious.
Oh, it's gotta be. What's wrong with gay? That's why they have glow-in-the-dark condoms, so you can have Star Wars sex. Jeff and I do it all the time.
Is that?
We even make the humming noise.
That doesn't have to be
I don't know how I'm
exclusively
gonna
gay.
pull
You
off
get
the
yourself, like,
double-ended
an
lightsaber. That's
Eldor
gonna be a
strap-on.
trick.
Just
It's gonna be awkward, but it's gonna be fun. Who's excited?
I'm on to
Butt
you,
stuff is
butt stuff with
backtrack.
mom. I'm on to you.
Very
Anyways,
suspicious.
Mm.
you know, Ace guy.
Yes, guy. You tell me.
I
You tell
think
me.
I think it's fine as long as the people are like both okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, if you're like together, I'd say unsolicited, not cool.
yeah. Unsolicited is very not cool.
Yeah.
Ace guy
I
does it all the
absolutely
time.
hate it when women send me unsolicited dick pics.
Sometimes
It is
That's when it gets weird.
so awkward. So
it
awkward.
be like that.
What do you even say to that? Especially when theirs is bigger, then it's just even more awkward. It's like, oh,
Then you're just
sad.
embarrassed.
Hey, Ace guy, this feels like a very personal story. Would you like to tell us about it?
I mean, no, I don't want to talk about where I was touched in funny places. It hurts.
Alrighty
Hurts so
then.
much.
Ace, where are you going?
Yo,
Why
where
are
am
you
I
packing?
going?
Yeah, aren't you going
I am
someplace?
taking my groceries inside.
No, I mean, like, aren't you packing to go somewhere?
Oh yeah, I'm going to Lake Crescent.
Over the weekend?
Yeah, it's up in Olympia.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
And then I can maybe settle down a little
That's cool.
Settle down. Hmm?
bit. Yeah, yeah,
And then you'll be back to
So-
podcast with us next week?
definitely will.
Awesome. That's what I'm here for.
Well,
Shay, don't type stuff in the chat.
Don't worry, Jeff does it all the time.
no, I don't.
I have proof right in
You
front
can't
of
prove
me.
that.
He really doesn't.
No,
He doesn't.
I guess he doesn't.
I said he doesn't. Valkyrie Jones says he doesn't, so he doesn't. All
Who's
right.
his Valkyrie Bones?
I've never heard of him.
Never heard of
What?
him.
My question. You ready? Is what is one of your run-ins with law enforcement? Hmm.
Oh God.
Shay, would you like to start?
Shay, you ever run into the cops? You ever get busted?
I did actually.
Oh no.
See, in middle school, I thief. I stole cookies from lunchroom. I got away with it for
You're
Yeah.
gonna have to start this over again and turn up your mic pickup volume because you're cutting out there.
God damn.
Gotta use your man voice.
Damn it.
Same with
Hold
you, Jess. Use your
on.
man voice.
Okay.
Okay. So you see, in middle
It's gotta be
school,
louder.
I was a great cookie thief. I would steal cookies for like over a month, and nobody caught me. Then one day, the lunch lady saw me, and
Oh no.
I went to the office with the principal and a cop, and it was fun. And they ordered me to clean the lunchroom for a month, and I've been a good boy ever since.
Wow. That is some lame shit. Next.
He was the middle
That's like
school
the
cookie
lamest thing
thief.
to get a cop involved with. Like, officer, I need you to come. A boy is stealing cookies, and we can't do it without you.
So I actually have a pretty good one that isn't the time that I got pulled over for driving those motorcycles around.
Okay, what is it?
So it's not like something really dangerous, but it was sort of stupid. This is while I was working and driving on the road. I was not the driver for this, and I'm not going to incriminate the driver. But we were delivering some linens to the Weston Hotel at DIA.
Okay.
And I thought I knew where I was going, but I ended up telling him to take the exit that led to the departures, which is like one below the top level, so it's sort of like in the parking garage a bit, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we're driving a box truck.
Oh no.
That's definitely not going to fit through that like tunnel. But we were driving, at the speed limit and nailed the like overhead sign that's like said clearance, like 7 or 8 or 9 feet or whatever. And as we're like
Oh.
driving past, we see it like swinging back and forth behind us. So we pull over off to the side on the shoulder, and every once in a while we see a car like drive by. And I'm freaking out because I'm like, we can't turn around here. That's not going to be possible in this box truck. What the fuck do we do? So I ran out, I went and I started looking around for like a security guard. Found one, told them the idiocracy that had occurred, that I had managed to get us, Austin's powered and in this spot, and the security guard kind of like walked out and didn't really know what was going on. Saw the box truck in the position that it was, and then called a police officer. We sat there for like 15 minutes waiting for a guy. We see a police car like drive by and stop and like roll his window down to talk to us. It wasn't the guy that they called. He just goes, "Are you waiting for somebody?" And we're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you're probably gonna want to start backing up because it's gonna be a while before somebody shows up. Just go slow and it'll be fine." So I went and stood out in the middle of like the lane and started like waving all of the cars down to go to the other lane and slowly backed.
AKA Ryan's bathroom.
And I just like started waving the box truck back, and we had to like reverse all the way down that exit lane and then cut across like 4 lanes of traffic to go across. But that police officer was nice. It just helped us get out of a stupid situation that I put us in.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, yes.
Yes.
You got a story?
Oh, I sure do. Oh gosh. I'm like getting mad just thinking about it. So I used to live in an apartment about a year ago, and I was driving home from class. I'd just gotten McDonald's, and I was on the phone with my friend on speakerphone in my car with her in my lap, so I didn't have it in my hand or anything. I drove past down the street, and a school bus was coming the other way. There was no stop sign or anything, so I just went past, like a normal person. And I had gotten out to get my McDonald's out of the car. I'm right outside my apartment building, and this lady in a giant black truck pulls up, and she's like screaming at me and cussing at me, saying I'm a child murderer and I'm a bitch and I'm a fucking idiot. How dare you drive past that school bus like that? And I'm just looking at her like she's crazy, and so I'm freaked out. I walk inside because what am I supposed to even say? And she sat outside my house for like 20 minutes, and she's
Ace,
like,
mute your mic. Mute your fucking mic. While you put away groceries, mute your mic.
Don't tell me my business.
You're gonna listen to the bags and you're gonna like it.
Damn
Jess,
right.
please continue. I'm so sorry.
All
I'm
right,
friends with
you're
pure
fine.
animals.
It's all good. So I go inside and I'm looking at this lady. I'm freaking out, and it's clear that she's calling the cops on me. And so I call my mom. I'm like panicking and crying because I was still on that phone with that friend. And she's like, just call your mom and call us back and let us know what's going on. So I called my mom. My mom rushed there while the cop was sitting outside behind my car, and he hadn't come up to the door yet. She had rushed like home, and she was inside, and she opened the door for the cop, and he's like, do you have a daughter? And I'm sitting in my room like, no. So I wiggle out into the hallway like looking mortified because I don't know what the hell's going on. This lady had claimed that I blew past the school bus while there were kids crossing the street and I nearly hit a kid, basically.
Oh,
Like I wouldn't have seen a child, you know?
they're squirrely. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. And she said that I did that and there's people blaring their horns at me and all this stuff. I didn't have any music on or anything. I didn't hear that. That didn't happen. She's a liar. And he's telling me all this stuff and I'm like, that's not true. Like I'm freaking out because this lady's being awful, basically. And he believed her and gave me a ticket.
What?
And I'm crying and my mom's like, this is the first ticket that she's ever gotten. Why is this going on? Like, you can't just let her off the hook. She'll never do it again, stuff like that. And he's like, well, we're gonna, the lady was the only one that saw it and we're gonna believe her, basically, even though she was the only one.
Just on hearsay? That's not legal.
Yeah, and we have a family friend. I was born in Hawaii, and she was she was a family friend of my mom's who's a police officer in Hawaii, and she's like,
Oh,
he
hey,
can't do that.
hey, yes. Mahalo.
Yes. Mahalo. Hola. All sorts of stuff. Aloha. Everything.
We're from the island, brother.
I'm from Oahu. But
Anyway.
it was crazy, and I'm like crying my eyes out because first of all, she followed me home, and the cops like, well, if you noticed she was following you home, then you shouldn't have gone home. The thing is, by the time I had already parked, I had gotten out of the car, and so I didn't realize she was following me because I'm already out and getting my stuff. And it's like, oh, so you're just going to let her off the hook with that, she can just follow a kid home. And apparently she claimed I was a 20-something. And at the time, I think I was 17 or 18. And, she was crazy, calling me child murderer, cussing me out and all this stuff. And I got really freaked out. And, I just dealt with the ticket. My mom's like, we're going to get a lawyer involved. Don't even worry about it. She's not going to get away with it. So I had gone to a D&D group with the friend that I was on the phone with. Her dad was
you fucking nerds and your D&D. Jesus Christ.
It worked out. So I got a phone call that I ignored, and I had saw that there was a message for it, so I went towards their bathroom and like listened to it. It was the cop saying that he wanted to come pick up the ticket and that it was, void. And so I immediately called him back while I was in the bathroom, and I was like, "Hi, officer, how's it going?" And he was like, "Yeah, so it turns out there's a painted median quotation, so you didn't even need to stop if there was a stop sign." And so that just pissed me off because it's like, seriously, why even give the ticket then? Like, you didn't even know the rules of over in that area. And I wasn't home, obviously. I was in Castle Rock. We lived in Inglewood. And the officer came to my apartment, and my mom let him in, of course. We had the ticket like magnet to the fridge, and he came up to my dad and was like, "Hello, sir, how are you doing today?" And my dad just ignored him and just kept watching TV like an absolute badass. And I was like, "Thank you, Dad, taking the last stand just for me." And that was pretty much the end of it. I was gonna have to go to court, in the May that was after it, and it was, really getting to me. And I was hoping this D&D would distract me, but luckily I got out of it because I didn't do anything wrong.
Nice.
And that's my story. And every time I think about it, it makes me super mad and super. Because I'm like, that lady knew where I lived after that point, and she didn't get any sort of repercussions for following a minor home and screaming at her and harassing her.
And what a twist! In the trunk of your car, this whole time was a bunch of stolen cookies. Bum, bum.
You've cracked the case. I was the one who stole the
Cookies,
cookies all along.
All along.
Okay, so it's not Isaac.
It's not.
Yeah, because
It's
Isaac's
definitely
on
not Isaac.
separately. It's. I'm so confused.
Oh, then they're totally in on it. If Isaac all of a sudden pops on too, dude, he has two windows open.
It's
Duh.
weird. I can't figure it
No,
out.
it's Isaac. Come on. Isaac just shows up. Bullshit. Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. Uh, Blake has a question. Do you think in Nordic countries they call shorts shorts?
Well, of course.
I mean, that's the only logical explanation.
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Just add a J. Done.
Anyways, Jeff, do you
But they
have
put
any
a
good
lot on it.
police stories?
I have a great police story. So I went to college up in Leadville, and I used to like to get good and stinking drunk. And the RAs knew this and had busted me several times. The last time they busted me, they were like, "Hey," we had a meeting. It was like with the the head RA and like her boss, and they were like, "All right, buddy, there's a week left of school. Can you like normally with what you've done, we would throw you out, but there's 1 week left. Can you hold it together?" And I was like, "Don't worry, Captain, I got this." I didn't got this because what I did was I was doing some drinking, right, and I was drinking some of my McCormick vodka. And I have forgotten that I put a bunch of Tanqueray into the orange juice I was using as a chaser for that vodka, and I got real annihilated. And I was like, you know what? I know I might be moving out of this dorm room tomorrow, but what a good time to reorganize. So I'm just like, I got the door wide open, the window wide open. So it's just like at Leadville, 10,200 feet. It's just freezing cold air flying through the hallway of like the dorm. And I'm just standing there in the middle of the room, like with my TV in my hands, and the RA comes in and she's just like, 1 week. You couldn't do 1 week? And I was just like, sorry, boss. I made a oops. So they're like, all right, well, we have to call like an ambulance because you are like annihilated. And I was like, all right. So I'm just like sitting there with the window open, and Leadville's a small town, so you just hear like sirens from like over here and right over there and a block over here, and they're all coming to me. So they do. They come up. I'm on like the third floor. They show up with like a stretcher, and I was like, I'm walking this bitch out. And they're like, okay, okay. So I walk down and I get in the ambulance that's like right outside of the dorm room. And oh yeah, I for some reason thought it was like late at night, but it was like 3 in the afternoon, and like everybody was just getting out from like doing their finals. And like Leadville's a small college, it's like 100 kids. They were all doing finals while I was just getting like annihilated, and they're walking across like the grass in between like the college building and the dorm, and just watching me getting carted away in an ambulance. It's like, hey guys.
What's up, guys?
So that was cool. Then they take me down to the hospital, which is at like the end of the driveway for the college. It literally, you could throw a football and probably hit it. That ambulance ride cost me $2,000. Neat.
Fuck.
Ouch.
So, yep. So they hook me up to IVs and stuff. And I'm like laying there in like a gurney, and I'm like keep trying to like talk to people and like move around and stuff. And this nurse is getting real upset because I'm not that charming when I'm annihilated. At least I think I am. She disagreed, and she's like, "Hey, guy, we think that you're on some drugs. We don't think that you're just drinking. So you're going to go and pee in this cup, and we're going to figure out what the fuck you're on." And I'm like, "I ain't peeing in shit." And she's like, "Well, if you don't go pee in this, we're giving you a catheter." And I was just like, "Oh, by all means, lady, touch my dick. I dare you. Come on." And she did. And I guess what? I was annihilated. I didn't feel like anything. Like I was like, okay, that's a weird pinch, but all right. So she goes away with these ill-gotten gains. She comes back later and she just looks confused and scared, and she's like, "You're not on any other drugs." And I'm like, "Uh-huh." She's like, "Your blood alcohol is 0.4, and I think it was like 0.42. She's like, "You should be dead and you're talking to us. What the fuck?" And I'm just like, "Hey, like I told your mom earlier, I like to party."
Like to party, you know? It's a thing. You gotta party, man.
So then I keep like pulling the IV out of my arm and like trying to walk around, and I'm talking to people in the hospital. I was like on a quest to find the nurses station. Don't know why. just was.
I have no idea why, Jeff. No clue.
And so they're like, if you don't sit still, we're gonna have to call the cops. And I'm like, okay, I'll sit still. So then they're like, okay, that lasted 4 minutes. We're calling the cops because I was up and about roaming the halls. So the cops come, and it's like a guy and a girl, and their name is Jeff and Amy. And wouldn't you know it, my name Jeff, and my sister's name is Amy. And I'm like, whoa, what are the odds, right? And they're like, yeah, crazy. And they said that they're like getting married, and I was like, yeah, like where's like the ring? Because they like weren't wearing rings or whatever. They're like, we're at work, stupid. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they were like, well, it would be nice if you could stay here, but they're kicking you out of here because you can't sit still. So we got to go to jail. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I put my hands out in front of me and I like tilt my wrist down and I'm like, let's go to prison. And I like tilt my head over and they're like, no, dummy, you got to put those hands behind your back. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm sitting in the back of this cop car, right? And it reminds me of like my dad wanted to be a cop. So he had like legit handcuffs when I was growing up. And I was always good at like, when my hands were behind my back in handcuffs, I could pull them around and put them in front of me. So I was like, what a good opportunity to show off my trick, right?
Right? Wrong.
But see, what's different about the living room in the back of a cop car is that there's a lot more room in the living room than in the back of a cop car. So I get my like wrists behind the back of my knees and then I'm stuck. And so we get to the like Leadville jail, and Amy comes around and like she's like, "All right, pop out," and I'm like, "I'm stuck." She's like, "What the hell happened here?" And I was like, "Well, it's a long story." So she's got to like get all up in my business to try to get these cuffs unlocked so she could just like recuff me. And then I went to the holding tank and I did everything I wanted to do while behind bars. I took my little cup and I rang it on the bars, and I did some push-ups. And then like next to me in the cell, like I like you can't see, right? Because it's like the one directly to like my left.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't think anybody was there, but then I'd hear like and I'm like, yo, dude, what you in for? And they wouldn't say anything. And I was like, all right, maybe I just like heard stuff. And then like I'd hear another like cough or a wheeze, and I'm like, what's going on? So eventually I threw my little cup down the hall towards them. And then my parents came and got me, and they were pissed. So that was like my last day of college.
Did you like chisel out little bits of stone and like skip it against the wall and catch it?
I didn't have the time.
Ah, damn.
So yeah, then my parents came and got me. They were super psyched on Jeff that day. Took me home.
Was this before?
I got a
or
minor
after
in possession and
I
MIP,
knew you had a
so that was
fucking
cool.
tattoo.
That was before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can feel the rage now. I understand it.
Yeah. So that was a good time.
That's good.
Not quite as hardcore as stealing cookies, but we.
Hey Ace, I don't know
Those
if you've
pretty
been
good
trying to
cookies,
talk, but
though.
you're still muted.
Like shovel them into your lunch bag and stuff.
I
I
know
only
that
got, like,
Ace
2
guy
at a
has a
time.
good police story. Come on, he's got to have one.
I'm sure he does.
Ace, come join us. I
Well,
want to hear a
he
story.
might have to tell us next time.
Aw, sad day.
So I don't really have any good police stories.
Aw.
Just the silly ones. Oh,
Aw,
well,
yes.
okay. I got one.
What is
So I had just gotten back from Iraq, and I bought a new car. It was a VW GTI.
He wasn't in the military. He was just there on business.
Yeah, I was just there to
Jake.
see family.
What? Just kidding. He was in the Marines.
Anyways, so I was like, what do you do? What does every guy do when they get their car? They've got to see how fast it goes. And I had to do the same thing. So I was on C470 right next to Bandamere. And I thought, well, this is as good a place as any to get her going. And so I know that I got up to about 147.
Oh, dang.
And then I was like, all right, probably time to slow down. I had to make like 2 lane changes just to like get around a couple cars in the fast lane. But nothing major. Nobody was really out that day. Except for the cop that pulled me over. And he comes up, I think it was Jeffco. So it was Jefferson County Sheriff's Officer. He comes up. He's like, do you know how fast you were going? It's like, nope, officer. I do not have a clue. And he goes, "You were going so fast, I'm going to have to call the tow truck and tow your car. You're going to have to go to jail. Like, and making all the lane changes, you were being reckless." And I was like, I was like, "You're going to have to tow my car?" That's what crossed my mind. Not going to jail. Towing my car.
Just your precious car.
Yeah. And he's like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to have to tow your car." And I was like, "Oh, that sucks." He's like, "Why does that suck?" Like, what a stupid question for him to really ask me. Like, because it sucks. Anyways, I was like, "Well, I just got back from Iraq, just got this car, and I was just testing it out." And he looks at me, and he looks at my license, and he looks at me, and looks at my registration, goes back to his car, runs my name and everything, comes back, takes my license and insurance and registration and flings it at me and goes, "I don't know if you killed anyone over there, but don't kill anyone here. Now get out of here." And walks back to his car
Damn.
and drives away.
Oof.
And you would think that would have made Ace, not speed so much. You'd guess wrong.
Nah, not at all.
Come on.
Later that year, I got that GTI up to 155 before the tires couldn't hang on anymore.
Jesus, Ace.
And this is why whenever we're like gonna go hang out, and he's like, "I got car problems, gang," and it's like, "Oh, okay." Were you trying to make it do a backflip this time? Like, what were you
I can
doing? A loop de
understand
loop?
why you don't want him to drive a motorcycle, Jeff.
Yes, he's fucking reckless.
You're gonna fucking kill yourself, Ace.
No,
He's only fallen off of it a couple times so
Only just a few times.
only twice. Only just twice.
And you haven't
I was
learned?
both times run off the road. It wasn't my fault. It's not your fault if you get run off the road. That's not how this works.
That's not how any of this works.
That's right.
Well, it's been fun.
It has been fun.
It's been real.
Thanks for coming on, Jess and Shea.
No problem. Thanks
No
for having
problem.
us.
It's
And
pretty
thanks for
fun.
being here, Ace Guy.
I'm here for you, my guy.
I miss you.
Ace guy, I miss you too.
I miss you too. I miss you too. My Yeffy.
Thanks to all of our wonderful listeners and everybody that asked questions tonight. We'll be back definitely on Tuesday. May or may not have one over the weekend. But we'll keep everybody updated. And if you give us a follow on YouTube or Twitch, you'll be notified when we go live again.
And don't forget to
Yeah.
order your Ask Guy t-shirts.
Order today. They're going fast.
Have a good night, everybody.